Stop it, Monty.
Well, we stopped for a light, Monty. Smile like you was enjoying yourself.
He has no right to have me dragged out of a courtroom in the middle of a case. Does he want me disbarred?
It's better than being dismembered. Now, no capers in the hall or the elevator.
See what that says? You're ordered to report to the 155th Regiment Armory not later than 5 p.m. What about it?
I couldn't prevent it.
Where's Rickey? He'd think of something like that.
He said he'd be here later with Louie.
He's always on time when there's a bundle of dough to piece up, but when I'm in a bind... Well, get busy!
Well, what do you want me to do?
You're my lawyer, ain't you? I've been paying you a big fat retainer, ain't I?
I've tried every angle. I've talked to everyone I know. I put my license in jeopardy.
Is that why you tried to duck out on me? Is that why I had to have you carried here? What kind of a swindle is this? Get that Brigadier General Morrison on the phone.
Now, please, Chink, I've been to Washington. I've talked to him. I filled out 100 forms. It can't be done. You're just one of a million men being drafted.
Hey, Chink. Don't be foolish. That's not going to do you any good.
Maybe you got a bright idea?
How about some of those trick reasons why guys get turned down? You know, underweight.
Not a chance. He's a perfect specimen.
Of what? How about dependents?
He hasn't got any.
Who said so? What do you call these?
Well, I don't think the government would recognize that.
Why not?
A dependent's got to be helpless or something. Ain't that right, Monty? I don't think you could call any of those exactly helpless.
Cripple one of them in a minute if it get me out of this.
Too bad you never served any time.
What's bad about that?
They don't take guys that have served time.
And this is your fault. You're the guy that beat those raps for me.
You paid me to do it.
Well, you should have known better. What's the use of having smart guys around if they can't figure out what's coming up?
You don't want a lawyer, you want a fortune teller. You know, Chink, this getting drafted ain't the worst thing that can happen to you.
Of course not.
But why me? Don't they know who I am?
Maybe that's one of the reasons.
Why don't you be reasonable, Chink? This selective service draft is just like a punch board.
Yeah, or picking a number out of a hat.
Yeah. You talk as if it was a frame.
The way you guys are fronting for Monty and alibiing the whole situation gives me a hunch.
Hey, now, wait a minute, Chink. You're a big man, but you're not big enough to get away with a crack like that, so I'm just gonna take it for granted that you didn't mean it.
Just don't you get too big for your britches.
Talk plain.
You think that putting me away on ice for a year means you're the #1 man around here? Well, it don't. Whether I'm here running things or whether I'm in the Army, I'm still a tops, and don't you forget it.
Help yourself.
I carried you for 6 years, and you did all right.
You carried Rickey. If it wasn't for him, you'd have had a number a long time ago. Pinned right on the front of your shirt.
You two guys team up nice, don't you? Just the same, don't forget what I say. I'm closing down till I get back. That may not be a whole year.
It's the first sensible thing you've said.
Everything stays as is. If you get any sharp ideas, file them away till I get back. Boys will keep an eye on you to see that you don't step too high.
It suits me. I just came up to say goodbye.
I heard you say it.
What's the matter with you?
I got nothing to say.
Come on, I know you too well.
All right, it's this. You took a lot more from Chink than I would have.
You think so, huh?
In plain words, yeah.
All right. Then I'll spread a little light on the subject. I don't kick guys who are down.
What do you mean?
Chink is all washed up. We'd only be going down the drain with him if he hadn't been drafted.
So it's all right with you that everything stops till he does his hitch?
Everything stopped a long time ago. Why don't you read the papers? The days of you buy my beer or else, they're over, they're gone.
But there was other things cooking.
Sure, that new district attorney has got a couple of indictments on the file with our names on them in case we step out of line.
Hey, Rickey.
Yeah.
I want to thank you.
Oh, forget it.
I'll do the same for you someday.
Okay, Monty. I tell you what, Louie, let's get out of the city, hmm? We go out that old training camp of yours, get full of good old country sunshine.
Okay by me. Take a look in that mirror. Ain't that one of Chink's boats?
Yeah. Sure, that's Crusher driving and Ziggy sitting alongside him.
Chink wasn't running off at the lip then. Those boys ain't out just for the ride.
Cut into the park, see what happens.
Shall I pour on the coal?
No. Ease over and pull up sharp. All right, stop there.
Oh, can we talk to you, Ricky?
First, pitch your guns under this car. Okay, come ahead.
Ricky, me, the boys. Oh, I don't know how to tell you. You tell them, Ziggy.
What's the idea of this tale?
Oh, that was our own idea.
Smart boys, huh? We'll just climb right back into that heap and go on home to Chink.
We don't know Chink anything. Right after you left, he dusted us off.
Yeah, we're high and dry.
Oh, just poor little lost sheep, huh?
Yeah, my gums bleed for you.
We know the score, Ricky. You're the real boss. You never use your muscles when the deal calls for brains.
What do you want, my autograph?
We want to string with you.
There's no soap. Louie and I are going to take a vacation.
Where's that going to leave us?
Well, you're all over 21 and free.
Free? Right this minute, yes. But tomorrow might tell a different story. I might walk into a post office to buy a stamp and see a safe that's crying to be blowing. And you know the Crusher here, if nobody ain't around to stop him, then every time he lights a cigarette, the building burns down, whether it's insured or not.
That's it, Ricky. You know me.
I can see the spot you're in, boys. Here. Now, this'll have to hold you for a while. Meantime, look for something else to do. Go on, take it.
Oh, it won't be no use, Ricky.
Take us with you, huh, Ricky?
But I got nothing for you, don't you see? Louie and I are just going to coast a while.
With a sharp guy like you, Ricky, you won't coast long. You'll spot an angle.
Well, if something comes up and I think I can use you, all right, I get in touch with you.
Oh,
We'll be waiting.
We'll stand
All
by.
right, shove off. Okay.
How long are we going to be retired?
I don't know. Maybe a year, maybe forever.
Being retired ain't my line.
How do you know? You never tried it.
What do you mean I never tried it? What about that night at the Olympics when that guy crossed me up in the second round by turning southpaw on me? 4 months I was retired, on the flat of my back.
Oh, well, I should never have gotten you that fight anyhow. You were washed up.
Washed up? Why, I could take him on right now, with both hands tied behind my back. Well, one hand anyway.
Sure you could, Louie.
You say that like I was some kind of a maroon or something.
Moron.
Well, whatever it is. You know, sometimes you don't act like we was partners at all. Honest, you don't.
Oh, sure we're partners, Louie. Anytime I don't act like it, you clip me a fast one. Right there, see?
It's the law.
Take it easy, cowboy.
Slow down.
What seems to be the trouble?
Just follow me.
I'll pile them up in the alfalfa.
Hey! Don't fool with these village clowns. Go on, follow them.
Come on.
Looks like the town that Paul Revere missed.
I don't blame them.
Hello, Miss Carmichael.
Why, hello, Sam.
How's Frank?
Just wonderful.
Hello, Jenny.
Hello, Sam. Oh, Dad'll be right in.
Hey, not bad. What's she doing here?
I don't know. Maybe she's the spirit of justice.
May I have your names, please?
Smith. The boys call me Smitty.
Oh. Jonesy?
Huh?
Correct.
Yeah, Paul.
What are the charges, Constable?
Section 213, paragraph D, section 215, paragraph A. You know, the usual.
Hey, that sounds like a pretty stiff rap to beat.
Here, Sheriff. Have a steamer.
Ha, thanks.
Yeah. Light?
Hello, Virginia. Hello, Sam. Hello, Andy. Gentlemen, nice day. Couple of chairs, Sam? Traffic violators, Andy. That's all right. Sit down, gentlemen. Make yourself at home.
Thanks.
A lot of bad news is coming up.
Ah, relax. If it's more than $2, I'll pay it.
I can only hold the driver.
That's me.
How do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
I don't plead.
He pleads guilty, Your Honor. Ignorance of the law.
No excuse. I'll accept your plea of guilty, and I'll fine you, let me see.
Hey, the fix is in.
That's quite an expensive car you boys have outside. Must have cost around $3,000.
Try and get that cruiser under 5,600 smackers.
Yeah. Well, I'll fine you $5.
You'll lose. Pay him.
And with costs, that'll run into about, let me see, $42.
I didn't get that.
He said $42.
Or 30 days.
Now, look, Your Honor, I can take a ribbon just as good as the next cabin. Come on, how much do you really want?
$42. And I think you two gentlemen can well afford it.
You can't get away with it. Why, that's arson.
He means larceny, but the crack still goes.
We make our own regulations, and we post our own scale of fines. You see, this town is unincorporated.
You mean to tell me that gives you the right to soak us for...
All that the traffic will bear. Yes, indeed.
Now, look, Your Honor, I don't mind paying for my laughs, but I figure that this tent show is worth exactly $5.
Yeah, $5 tops.
When we want more laughs, we'll come back when East Lynn is playing.
$42 or 30 days.
All right. I'll call my lawyer.
Certainly, by all means.
Operator don't get back from lunch until 2.
Oh, of course.
We'll wait. Sure, we'll wait.
Suit yourself. Will you take care of the gentleman, Sam?
Okay, Andy. The waiting room is right this way.
You forgot something.
Thanks so much.
Hey, they can't do this to us. Or can they?
Oh, forget it. Money will make them pay.
This way, gentlemen.
This is the crumbiest jail I ever was in.
You think our jail's crummy? Take a look at the rest of the town.
We did.
Why don't we pay our fine and blow?
Well, I barely got car fare to the next town, but I'm gonna blow.
You just think you're gonna...
Hey, is that guy a trustee?
Who, George? No, he just boards here.
Oh, he...
Leaving us, George?
Yeah, I got a line on a machinist job over in Camden.
Hope you get it.
Thanks, Judge, and thanks for putting me up.
No trouble at all. Good luck. Now, Tom, don't you worry about a thing. We're glad to have you stay here. Here, take that last cell down there.
Thanks, Judge. Ever tried shaving without soap, Judge?
Son, you're lucky to have any water. If these gentlemen don't pay their fine, we're liable to be without lights in a few days.
You got a nice little racket around here somewhere, but I don't quite get it.
It's very simple, Mr. Smith. You see, Middle Village is bankrupt. Our principal source of revenue now comes from the fines we're able to collect.
You mean to say the town is busted flat broke?
You stated the facts perfectly, Mr. Jones.
You got a big factory here. We saw it as we drove in.
That's been shut down for 2 years. Used to work 2 shifts a day. We were prosperous then. Now we've only a few hundred people left, hanging on, hoping for a miracle, or until the town is sold.
Until the town is what?
Until the town is sold.
Well, what do you mean, real estate?
I mean everything.
Who's selling it?
Present owners. The company that owns the bonds and the deeds and the mortgages.
The town for sale, huh?
Oh, Dad, another traffic case.
Hope it's nothing trivial. Excuse me, boy.
Hey, Louie. How much dough we got left in that safe deposit box?
You know what we got to a penny. We got 85 G's and some markers for 10 more.
We're gonna take it out.
What's the matter? Ain't it safe where it is?
Sure, it's too safe. It ain't earning its keep. We're gonna put it to work.
Yeah, but you said we was retired.
Retirement's over. We're gonna pay the fine and scram.
Hey, jailer!
Well, what about Monty?
I got more important things for money to do.
Hey, jailer! Let us out of here, will you? Hey, Sam!
It wasn't locked.
Well, let's go.
As a speculative venture, Middle Village has elements...
Speculation isn't what my clients are interested in, Mr. Baxter.
We'll do our speculating with a pair of dice.
Well, for a long-term investment, then, you couldn't have chosen a better town. A town with a history, with prospects. A town which I...
Have you ever been there?
Well, no, I haven't.
Well, I have. Is that everything, the whole town?
Yes.
How much?
Well, we've had an offer of $120,000.
Take it. Now you're talking.
Now, just a moment, Mr. Dean. I don't want you to be hasty about this thing.
Did you want me, Mr. Baxter?
No, I didn't call you Miss Sims.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You see, Mr. Dean, that offer was made some time ago when prospects looked better.
How much are you asking now?
Well, I'll have to look it up. Will you just step this way, please? It's a little difficult to keep these things all in one's mind. Village, Newtown, Middle Village, 65,000.
Oh, no, you're still way over my weight.
No, no, no. I beg your pardon, Mr. Dean. I was quoting you the 1929 prices. Now, if you were dealing in cash...
Cash? Why didn't you say so? Here's my offer. $40,000.
40,000? Oh, that's way out of all reason.
Now, listen,
That's my client's last and final offer. He's ready to close now.
Well, now, let me think. Although it's been our desire to liquidate these small municipalities, I feel...
Well, I can't wait.
All right. You've bought Middle Village.
It's a deal.
Oh. And I didn't call you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hey, what do you take for this? This is really something.
Well, boys, here we are.
Yeah, here we are. Ricky's big bargain.
Gee, it's all wood.
Yeah, that's the way they used to. Hey, now, wait a minute. Don't get any wrong ideas. Come on, give me your matches. That's all? Come on.
Well, hello, Bright Eyes.
Why, if it isn't Mr. No, don't tell me. Oh, yes, of course, Smith. And all the Smith brothers, I take it?
You can just forget that, Smith. That was for the blotter. The name is Dean, Rickey Dean.
Oh. Well, be sure to let me know when you change it again. Oh, is there anything I can do for you?
Yes, you can give us the keys to the city.
Oh, well, is it possible you liked our little town?
Mm-mm. My town.
Your town?
That's right. It was up for sale, wasn't it?
But I didn't know you were in the market for towns, Mr. Dean.
This one has lines that appeal to me. I bought it.
Don't be ridiculous. I'm the town clerk. Certainly I would have known.
No. I never kid with a help. Mm-mm.
Yep, it's the gospel truth. Bought the whole town. Everything, down to the last dump heap.
And she says they're going to turn the whole town into a dump heap.
Yeah, he bought the whole town. Lock, stock, and barrel.
He's a rigger dynamo. He's going to take this town right out of the red.
And they're going to make dynamite and turn the town over to the Reds.
Yes. Yes.
Well, Mr. Dean, it seems that you own everything from the town hall to the town pump.
Which don't work out, but...
Do you contemplate any municipal reorganization?
Well, you want to stay on as justice of the peace?
Why, certainly.
$200 a month.
Why, Mr. Dean,
What's the matter? It's not enough, huh?
On the contrary, it's 100 more than I've been getting when I got it.
Well, don't you worry. You'll be worth it.
Hey, somebody's rung a mass meeting in on us.
What is this? We plan a special matinee?
I guess they've heard the news and have come to see what you're like. I'd better introduce you. Friends and neighbors, I know you're all anxious to meet the new head of the Middle Village, and so without wasting any time, I give you Mr. Rickey Dean.
Thanks for the big hand. I can't say I blame you. After all, I know what I bought, and you're not sure whether you got a bargain or not. Well, while we're at this getting acquainted stage, I want you to meet the gentlemen who are going to run your town. They're all smart boys, used to tackling big jobs and putting them over. That's why I picked them. Because Middle Village is a big job, and we're going to put it over in a big way. Mr. Ziegler, please. Now, Mr. Ziegler's going to be your new chief of police. Mr. Ziegler probably knows more about the ins and outs of the laws than any man I ever met. In fact, he's been sought after by every police department in the whole country. But we got him, and we're very fortunate. I don't think I'm going too far in saying that Mr. Ziegler is also very fortunate in being with us. Huh, Ziggy? Okay, sit down. Mr. Howard, to be your new fire chief. He's a great authority on fires. In fact, his knowledge of the ways in which fires start would probably amaze you. And with him at the helm, I'm sure that your homes will be safe. I think. Now, Mr. Flint, your new city engineer. He's, the city engineer. And last but not least, my associate, Mr. Lanzer. Mr. Lanzer is to have full charge of all financial details and any complaints that you happen to have on your chest.
What about our home?
They're to remain yours as long as you live in them. I'm not going to foreclose on anybody.
Are you going to give us jobs?
Order! Give the gentleman a fair hearing.
How about putting us back to work?
Yes, what's your program?
When are you going to open the factory?
You keep out of this, Abner. You were always hanging around the pool room even when the factory was running.
Now listen, you give me a square shake and I'll give you one. I can't promise you any boom, but nobody's going to starve or be homeless. So far, that's the only program I have. Of course, if anyone doesn't like it, well, I can't make you stay.
Meeting's adjourned, that's all. Go on home.
The best adjourner in this town. All he does is adjourn. He ain't never done it.
Thanks, Judge. You know, I've got a feeling you're going to be a great help.
Well, I'll do my best.
Is this Henrietta's?
Yes, sir.
We want to talk to her.
Just a moment. Miss Henrietta, there's a bunch of men on the front porch to see you.
Well, tell them to go away. Can't you see I'm busy?
But these is men.
Never mind that now. Men? Did you say men?
Yes, sir.
You, Henrietta?
Yes. Come right on in. Sit down, fellas. Grab yourselves a cheroot. No, you can't be too careful about the neighbors. That old Mrs. Wickett next door is too snoopy for words. She's pretty slick about it, too. Sometimes I have to sit there for 2 hours before I catch her at it. Well, sit down, boys. Take a load off your arches. I don't mind telling you, fellas, it's something having Rickey Dean's mob stopping at my boarding house. What's your racket?
Well, we don't know what you're talking about, lady.
Settle down, boys. You're not singing the anvil chorus in some DA's office. You're talking to me, Henriette Teagarden.
What are we doing, carrying labels on us?
Say, who is this tomato?
Yeah.
I wouldn't talk about tomatoes if I were you. You just got out of the can yourself. Oh, you boys don't have to worry about me squealing. I'm your pal. So what do you say we all let our hair down? That practically leaves you out, doesn't it? You know, you remind me of Jack Newsom, just after he did a 3-year jolt at McAllister for that nitro job.
That's what I call spotting them.
A fine talent you got there, lady.
What kind of a rod are you toting?
Just 32. I got a right. I'm the chief of police.
32's all right, I guess, for the little boys department. No sock to it, though.
The roast is done, Mrs. Henriette.
Well, boys, how about heisting a little food?
Listen, lady, before you start giving us any more of that double talk, there's something we got to get straight. We're here for room and board, and not to chew the fat about Rickey Dean. That's right, ain't it, boys?
Sure.
I'm sorry if I said anything to offend you, gentlemen, but you see, I felt like I knew you all. I've read so much about Louie here and Chink.
I got it. She's nuts on mobs. A fan.
I can go back 20 years. Back to the Burger Brothers, before the Torrio mob, and Big Al, and Cicero. Come on, I'll show you. There. You see, my father used to be postmaster, and I saved all the pictures they sent him to put up. It was the only excitement I had. I felt as if I knew all these boys, good and bad both. It was sort of a hobby, like collecting stamps or tropical fish. I know it was silly. I'll take them down. Please don't laugh at me.
Nobody's laughing at you, Henrietta.
They better not. We know a right dame when we see one.
I am a right dame, ain't I?
Your aces with me.
You're the kind of a baby we want you to train with us.
You really mean I can be... Oh, I don't know how to ask you boys. Would you let me be your mole?
Henrietta, you mean mob. A mole is something that grows on you.
Well, just give me a chance.
Well, that's right. Just move your stuff right into my office. It makes a much cozier setup.
I think your whole setup is too cozy right now. That's why I'm quitting.
What's the matter? Don't you like the new management?
I don't seem to fit in. You see, I haven't got a cauliflower ear.
And now listen, Toots.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot you don't like to kid with the help.
Oh, that crack really burned you up, didn't it?
Why did you buy this town?
Oh, we got big plans.
For yourselves or for the town?
Well, everybody.
Of course, you don't have to answer that if you think it will incriminate you.
And now look, sister. You're wasted as a town clerk. You should have been a DA.
Maybe it's a good thing for you I'm not.
Huh.
Just what are those big plans?
Well, you won't find out by quitting.
Hey, sister, where's the chief?
The big chief is retired to his own private teepee.
Thanks.
Well, did you tell him exactly what he has to do? That's right. How much time does he want? Okay, well, you keep in touch. Bye-bye. Louie, around 2 o'clock, I want Smedley out in front, Ziggy in his uniform, and Judge Paradise on the bench. Now, you got that?
Yeah, sounds like something's cooking. What do I do?
You just dust out the safe.
Yes?
Yes, what?
Yes, Chief.
That's better. Got a light?
Hey, hold it! Get him out of there, Smedley! Get him out! Boy. Reckless driving if I ever saw it.
Like to have killed somebody.
May I have your name, please?
Williams, Carlton Williams.
Where are you from?
Philadelphia.
Then ask him what he's doing with Pennsylvania license plates.
Say, it's serious, ain't it? I'd make an example out of him.
That's right. You'll find $50. It'll be $100 if you ever do that again.
I won't pay.
You'd better pay it or I'll be forced to give you the alternative sentence.
Go ahead.
Well, he's asking for it.
60 days. Now will you pay the fine?
No, it's the principle of the thing.
I hate to do this, but the 60 days in jail come to you. Look at Sam.
Sure.
Is this your full name?
Yes.
Address?
Rickey.
Yeah.
Look, why?
What's the matter with you? You look like somebody caught you with your left down and smacked you in the jaw.
Well, I don't feel no better.
Ziggy said you want to talk to this fellow before I lock him up.
Yeah, come in. Well, 60 days okay, Williams?
More than ample, providing a certain witness can be induced to return from South America meanwhile.
Let's see, that gets you out of here September the 4th. Of course, if you want more time, that can be arranged.
Hey, have you any idea what it's going to cost to feed this hulk?
Who is this person?
This person happens to be my partner, Louie Lanzer.
How do you do?
Get Ziggy in here, will you, Louie?
Yeah.
Hand over the dough.
Don't you think your figure is a bit exorbitant?
Now, listen, Williams, I didn't send for you. Of course, if you want to go back and check in with the state banking officials now instead of later, it's okay with us.
This guarantees me full protection.
You've got your own lawyer's word for it, as well as Monty Gainsborough's, that no law, state, county, or anybody else can touch you so long as you're doing time in an unincorporated village.
Well, that's protection of a sort, but...
Of a sort? It's the best you can get. Look, you lay $9,000 for 9 weeks on the line, or pay your $50 fine and blow. I don't care.
All right.
Chief, put Mr. Williams in a cell. Anyone.
Okay, boss. Come on.
And get my bags out of the car, will you?
Hey, I'm the chief of police. I'll get the assistant chief for that. This way. And close the door after you.
Why don't we both get our heads examined?
What's the beef now?
That. Couldn't you just have the crusher belt him over the ears with a sap and kick him out?
Is that the payoff for fixing up the jail to look like the inside of a jukebox? Hey, what's this?
It ain't what they feed the donkeys.
You mean that he...
Paid $9,000 for 9 weeks room and board. Not bad, huh?
Oh, Ricky, you dog. Was I dumb? What a touch. $1,000 a week for each cell. There are 12 cells. That's roughly 12 G's.
Sure. There's our jackpot.
Hey, if ever you hear me squawking again, slip me a fast one. Right here.
Hello. Yeah, this is Dean. Okay, put him on. Hello, Monty. He checked in all right. Oh, sure, we got room for another guy. What's his name?
Coffee, sir? Coffee?
No, thank you.
Little coffee, sir?
Yes, thanks.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't wonder at you being here, Williams. Anybody that plays bridge as badly as you ought to have their shame someplace.
What's the matter, Norton? Somebody taking you for a change?
Hello, Ricky. What are you all dressed up for?
I'm throwing a little party for the townspeople tonight.
Care to cut in, Dean? Only a cent a point.
No, thanks. I prefer to play for $1,000 a week. You boys want anything, why, just call Smedley.
Okay.
Thank you.
This is the finest and most modern equipment that money can buy. It's first class in every way, and it can put out any fire that one would choose to make. Now, if anyone would like to ask me some questions, I'd be delighted to give them the benefit of my long experience with conflagration.
Well, how much water does it carry?
Oh, numerous amounts.
Some fire apparatus, Mr. Dean.
Thanks.
My dear, I'm sure you've misjudged Mr. Dean entirely. I think it's very generous of him to give us this nice party.
Maybe you're right, Dad. Perhaps we haven't even scratched the surface of Mr. Dean's generosity.
Look, what's griping you?
First you blow $8 grand for a fire wagon, but that ain't enough. Then you gotta lay out 500 smackets for a party to celebrate.
Oh, Mr. Dean, everybody's having such a wonderful time at your party.
Well, that's swell. Glad to know you're enjoying yourself.
Thanks.
See? They think we're great fellas.
Yeah, when they're eating.
Now, look, pal. Don't forget we're dragging down plenty out of this bird. We put out a measly $8 grand for a fire engine, a little chicken feed on a party, and the Hicks love us like mad.
Wouldn't they love us just as good if you bought them a nice cheap sewer? Say $2 grand?
Louie, you got no psychology. A fire engine is big, it's red, it's shiny, it socks them between the eyes. What fun could they get out of a sewer?
Oh, Louie! Where's my Louie? Oh, there you are. I thought you'd taken a powder on me. Good evening, Mr. Dean.
Hello, Henriette.
Come on, Louie. Let's show these yokels how to cut a rod.
I ain't no dancer, Henriette.
Oh, don't be silly, Louie. In the prize ring, they always said your footwork was wonderful.
Here, take this one.
Oh, thank you. You know, I owe you an apology.
What for?
The way I've acted, and now you're spending all this money on the town.
Forget it. It wasn't anything. Anybody can make a mistake. Here's how.
I never told you, but I took a correspondence course in dancing, and me and the mailman used to practice together.
Oh, show me that there.
Okay, follow me. 1, 2, 3, jerk. 1, 2, 3, jerk. 1, 2, 3, jerk. How do you like that?
Oh, my. First time I ever danced for the jerk.
Here, would you like some more?
No, thanks.
No, it's free, you know.
Oh. It's awfully warm in here.
Yeah, it is kind of.
I'd love some fresh air.
My car's outside.
Want to take a drive?
Sure, where we go?
Oh, I'll take you for a lovely ride.
All right. I see I've been wasting time. We should have done this long ago.
Why haven't you asked me before?
Well, up till today, you've been giving me that cold shoulder routine.
Getting any warmer?
Well, now you're...
Oh, you turn left at the next crossing.
Say, how far are we going?
We'll go just as far as you like. Well, here we are.
Is this what you wanted to show me, a deserted factory?
Oh, you're too old-fashioned. I bet you'd prefer a haunted windmill. Come on, let's take a look inside.
Well, okay. But don't forget, this is your idea.
Romantic enough for you?
It doesn't look so bad in the moonlight.
It used to look better in the sunlight with 400 men and women working here.
Why are you looking at me like that? I didn't make them quit.
No, but you could put them back to work again.
Oh, I'm not interested in the factory business. And besides, I didn't come here to get an eye full of machinery, you know.
Would you rather see a lovely collection of stars?
You got a lot of nerve, don't you?
What's there to be afraid of?
Well, I don't know. We're all alone here. It's a long ways back to town.
I feel as safe with you as with a statue of civic virtue.
Oh, no, you got me wrong, baby. I'm not chiseled out of marble.
No, but you're quite a chiseler yourself, aren't you?
I wouldn't say that.
Or do you prefer the word racketeer? That's more impressive, isn't it?
Now, let me get this straight.
What was the take from the jail last week?
What is this? What do you want, a cut?
I'll let you take the cut. And we'll take the gravy.
Who are you fronting for? Who's we?
people of Middle Village.
What, are you kidding?
You say you've whetted our appetites with that new fire engine. But we need a lot more than that. We need a new roof on the town hall, a new school, jobs, this factory back in production.
You got the wrong number, sister. I'm no Santa Claus.
But you're going to be Santa Claus and like it. Or you won't find other jails nearly as comfortable as the one you've whipped up here.
You're talking plenty big, sister, but the bluff don't go.
Well, if you don't play ball, I can always tell the FBI. Unless, of course, you plan to burn me in that forge over there, whatever it is. But you wouldn't try any rough stuff, Ricky. You're not the type.
I wouldn't be too sure of that.
That's the alarm. There must be a fire.
Come on, man, this is an emergency. More pressure.
Nice work, Chief.
Ah, it's a little cutie. A pipperoo, that's what it is. A cutie.
Yeah. A neat job, ex-chief. One of your best and your last.
Oh, Ricky, I had to try it out. Besides, the boys need practice. Suppose we were in the midst of a real calamity.
I thought you'd reform.
Well, I did. A little. I couldn't help it, Ricky. Oh, please don't can me. I'll do anything.
When you get this out, you tell Louie you're buying a month's pay.
Oh, boy, it's worth it. Boost her up another notch.
Oh, Dad.
I'm afraid they got here too late. They'll never be able to save it.
Well, that means we'll need a new maintenance building.
A fine chance we have to get a new building.
Oh, I don't know. I think we have a very good chance. Don't you, Mr. Dean?
Say, Ricky, we really need a couple of more lengths of hose. Need 'em bad.
Have you any idea how much that hose costs per foot?
Never mind. If we need him, buy him. Make a note. Bye-bye, Crusher.
Thanks, boss. Say, you know, this may sound screwy to you, but I'm getting as big a bang out of stopping fires as I used to get starting them. It don't seem natural.
Hey, what's going on, Fingers?
Well, a call comes from the city engineer about some water pipes. I suddenly remember that's me. So I round up a bunch of guys and we square the beef.
Ah, that's swell, Fingers. Put these men on steady. Make a note of that, Louie. It's a little rundown, but this burg has everything.
Find out if it has a poorhouse. Because that's where we're winding up, you and me.
Just you mind the dough.
I can't. The way you put it out, the buck is quicker than the eye. 80 yokels at $3 a day, painting and fixing. Where's it all gone? There.
Oh, hello, Virginia.
Hello.
Evening, Judge.
Good evening, my boy.
I just happened to be in the neighborhood. I thought I'd drop in, pay a call.
Oh, I'm glad you did.
Yeah. Well, that's a nice pooch.
Smart, too. Virginia could make him do all kinds of tricks.
Well, I guess he knows what's good for him, huh?
Well, it's all done by kindness. She has a way with all dumb creatures.
Yes, I've already found that out.
Well, I seem to be out of tobacco. Excuse me?
Yeah.
Sit down.
Thanks. Oh, I bought you these.
Oh, thank you. They're lovely.
I like to throw a little business to the local merchants, you know.
Oh, of course. I realize it's nothing personal.
Oh, I didn't mean that.
Looks like your partner wants a conference. Maybe his books are unbalanced.
I think it's his mind.
I don't like to break anything up, but I want to talk to you.
Can't I wait till later?
No. I know it ain't polite, but I gotta whisper something in his ear.
Oh, is there anything wrong?
Oh, no, it's just a little
unfinished business, but I do have to blow. Well, good night, Virginia.
Good night.
Hello, Ricky.
Hey, Chink. How do you like the Army?
Well, it's one of those things. I can take it or leave it alone.
Oh, I thought you just had to take it. Where's your uniform?
Oh, didn't you tell him, Louie? Oh, I beat that rap after 3 months. Developed leaky valves.
It's too bad. Well, I'm glad you dropped by to say hello.
I thought I'd stick around a while. Hey, you got nice fishing. No good place for me to put up?
No, I don't. Besides, the lake's a sleeper jump away. It's no good.
Oh, I didn't think I'd be fishing all the time. Monty tells me you got a nice operation here.
Yeah. Suits me.
How'd you light on it, Rick? This place is perfect for a hideaway. Why, 20 miles back, they don't even know this burg is on the map.
You found it.
I've always had it in the back of my head that if I could get my hands on a whistle stop like this, I'd do something with it.
Now, hold it, pal. If you got any pipe dreams about this place, it'll suddenly get too small for the two of us. There's no dice, Chink.
I'll buy in.
There's no part of it for sale.
Well, I was a little worried. I wondered if... Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know there was anyone with you.
I'll see you later, Chink.
Oh, where's your manners, Rick? You forgot to introduce us.
I didn't forget. Come on, Virginia. I'll take you home.
No wonder he likes it here.
Yeah.
Yeah, same old story, isn't it?
All right, men, step up a little closer. Come on, get in here where you can see it. Now watch. Keep your eye on this. I'm gonna get this dingus right over the camera, see? I'm letting it down easy.
Look at Ziggy. Now, there's a guy who used to plant thousands of those machines for me, and now he's wising up a bunch of kids.
Yeah, it ain't right. Ricky says...
Ricky says. If Ricky said you should take a dry dive off a roof, you'd do it.
Nobody's pushing me around.
Hey, are you his partner or his stooge?
I got just as big a say as he has.
Sure, only you're afraid to say it.
Stick around and find out.
There's your chance.
I'll talk to him alone.
What's the matter? You afraid he'll brain you with a marshmallow?
This one looks all right.
Oh,
Hey, Rick, I got something to say to you.
I'm busy right now. Hey, Dad, come here, will you?
I want to talk to you.
Not now.
But it's important.
Save it for later. That's right, isn't it, Dad?
That's right.
Okay. Come on, Virginia.
You sure told him.
He's only putting it on for the girl.
Oh, that dame. She's bad news if ever I saw it.
Yeah. He never had them reform ideas till he started training with her.
When a guy like Ricky starts caring for one dame when he could have dozens, look out, boy. It's that old two-way stretch coming up.
She certainly put the hex on him.
Yeah, and if you got anything to say, anything at all, now's the time.
All right. 11 o'clock tonight. I'll see that the boys are there.
Now you're talking. Ricky's treating you guys like a bunch of panhandlers. When he could move the mint in here.
Maybe Chink's right. All I got in my pocket is a lot of flug.
Yeah. It never occurred to me. You know, my bankroll's so low, I gotta bend over to count it.
It don't add up right, boys. The dough's rolling in okay, but we're getting paid off in nickels.
Sure, the take from the jail adds up to a nifty little figure if you just look at one side of the ledger. So let's turn the page. What's this? Paid out $10,000. For what? Oh, new roof on the church, $3,500. $6,500 for a new public library.
Well, you got no secrets from Chink at all, have you, Louie?
Well, I was just telling the boys, I got a connection that can turn this into the livest little wide-open town in the country. An outfit I know in Chicago can rig up a dozen wheels.
We ain't interested.
And here's something big. Remember Al Burke, the printer?
Sure. He used to engrave a neat liquor label in the old days.
And he also engraved a batch of $1 bills with George Washington wearing spectacles.
All right. So he's in Atlanta. But I know where all his equipment is.
And that's just where it's going to stay.
Say, what's the matter? You used to be able to grab hold of an idea without putting rosin on your hands. Now along comes some hick dame and you...
Now, he goes out with the garbage. Right now. And you too, all of you.
No, Ricky, I wasn't putting in with him.
Me neither.
You know me, Rick.
Oh, singing a different tune now, huh?
Well, we was just leading them on.
We want to see how far it'd go.
All right, now remember this. I got along without you guys before, and I can do it again if you're going to blow hot and cold. Now, come on, which is it?
We stick.
We don't want no part of Chink.
We're with you, Ricky.
All right. Go on, throw some water on that guy. Get him out of here. You and I'll take stock later.
How do you do, madam? We're government officials, and we're trying to find Richard E. Dean. Does he live here?
Eh?
Richard Dean. Dean. Dean!
Oh, beans. Yes, we have them every Saturday night.
No. We're trying to locate Richard Dean. You know, like Gunga Dean.
What's that?
Gunga.
Sorry, I only speak English.
We're trying to find where a certain party lives. We understood this was his residence.
Huh?
His residence. Residence!
Oh, I wish you luck, young man. When did you decide to run for president?
I said residence, not president.
Well, I hope you get elected, young man. I understand it's a good, steady job.
No, it's no use. She's as deaf as a post. We better check with the local police. Thank you very much, madam.
Don't mention it.
Oh, here's the godmother now.
Oh, terribly sorry to be late, Reverend, but there was something cooking over at my house, and I had to keep my eye on it.
Oh, that's perfectly all right, my dear. Now, George, if you'll step this way. Come on.
Better hot-foot it over at the town hall.
What's up?
2 guys from Washington on the prod.
What are they doing here?
They ain't here to take the census. They got FBI written all over their maps.
What are we gonna do?
Get Judge Paradise and the rest of the council over to the town hall right away. I'll meet you there. Go on.
I should have
Henriette
shortwave
saw him, and she's
cities. Everybody makes mistakes. What do you want?
Please. Anybody know where Louie is?
Last time I seen him, he was with Chink again.
Yeah, but I wasn't born at the time of the Chicago fire.
Maybe so, but you're still a suspect.
Gentlemen, dummy up. And you, Ponyface, you take that flare out of your mouth before I jam it down your throat. This is a council meeting. All right, meeting's come to order. Secretary, kindly read the minutes of the preceding meeting.
Oh, pardon me.
Yes, what is it, Virginia?
2 gentlemen to see you, Mr. Dean.
We can't disturb the council meeting, can we?
They're from Washington.
Send them in, Virginia.
Mr. Dean?
That's me.
You're a hard man to find. Glad to know you. I'm Fred Malcolm. This is my associate, Tom Gerard.
Oh, well, how do you do?
I see you're busy, so we might as well state our business.
Well, if it's confidential, we can...
Not at all. Briefly, it's this. We've checked a survey that was made of the factory here, the Morton Metal Goods Company. According to our files in the National Defense Commission, you own that plant now.
Yes, I do. What about it?
Well, the board's satisfied that with a little reconditioning, you're ready to take on a defense order, making shell cases or gas mask canisters.
Well, I don't know.
It's the answer to a prayer, Richard. It's the most...
But it's so sudden.
Well, there should be no difficulty in getting into production soon, providing there are enough skilled men.
We have 200 fine mechanics still living here, just waiting for a thing like this to happen.
Splendid, splendid. We'll wire Washington, have the contract drawn.
Sounds okay, but this is an awfully fast shuffle for me. You see, I've got a partner. I've got to get his okay first.
Well, naturally. If it's a joint ownership, we'll have to have the approval of both of you.
Yeah. Well, I guess we can call it a deal. Huh? Okay, meeting's adjourned. Yes. And if you want any further information, the judge will be glad to give it to you.
I have all the papers over at my house, if you don't mind walking over.
Goodbye, sir.
Oh, yes.
Goodbye.
Yeah,
Oh, Ricky, it's wonderful.
I seem to be in the factory business after all, thanks to you.
I'm so happy I feel I want to burst or scream or something. Do you ever feel that way?
Oh, yeah.
What did you do?
I bopped a cop in the nose and got 10 days in jail for disorderly conduct. Of course, that was New Year's Eve.
Ricky, I've acted like a sort of cop. Do you want to punch me in the nose?
Nah. I'm afraid I get 10 days in jail again.
You might even get life.
You know, Virginia, do you think that... Oh. Why don't you run over and see if your dad needs some help?
All right, Ricky.
Planning on settling down here?
Louie, I just swung a swell deal for the factory.
What kind of a deal?
Keep out of this, Chink. What do you say?
Why, Go on, tell him.
Tell me what?
Well, come on, let's have it. All right, I'll tell him. He just sold me his half of the town. Is that right, Louie? Yeah, that's right, partner.
Well, that's nice going, Chink. Just like taking candy away from a half-wit kid.
I knew what I was doing.
You knew what you were doing.
Willie paid me cash, which is something I ain't seen around here for a long time.
Oh, Louie, you pulled a lot of boners in your time, but this tops them all. You've just chucked away a chance to fix yourself for life legitimate. The factory running on a government contract.
Oh, well, he said that...
Yeah, I bet he said plenty. But look, Rick, skip it. You were always more of a dope than a heel. Go on, take your cash and blow.
And look me up when you're dead broke again. That shouldn't take so long, either.
Hey, Rick. I don't go for that factory deal.
You won't do so bad with it.
I got other plans for this town.
Forget them.
Hey, you can't shove me around like Louie. You got a partner now. No silent partner either.
I'm still the partner that does the talking. And I'm telling you, the factory runs.
Now, don't be a sucker, Ricky. Look, with that factory going full blast, this town will be full of tin hats from Washington. What happens to our racket then?
The racket's going higher than a kite.
That could happen to the factory, too.
You lambing, I won't have to keep any more cheese in the house.
I got that crack, Henriette. You wouldn't call me a rat to my face.
Well, turn around and I will. It's a miracle it didn't burn your hand off.
I had my hand on plenty of them.
In the courtroom, maybe. You better take it along for the day when your conscience starts backing up on you for what you did to Ricky, your own brother.
He ain't no brother of mine.
Don't split hairs with me, Louie. Don't you know that a brother is born for adversity and a true friend loveth at all times?
Newspaper talk.
And when Ricky, rest his gentle soul, is calling to you out of the night...
He ain't dead.
They'll quiet. I was going good. Where was I?
Ricky is calling to me. Out of the night.
Yes, Louie. But what is he saying?
How should I know?
That's because your sinful ears are deafened to his despairing cry. He's saying that a true friend sticketh closer than a brother.
Yeah, but suppose he pusheth me around. Oh, I mean, I don't want him to get in no trouble, but...
With Chink horning in, he'll be in trouble up to his necktie. And what are you going to do about it? Are you just going to take a powder on him?
What can I do? I sold out.
Then verily as brother sleweth brother, you'll carry the mark of Cain, you 18-carat heel.
Henriette, did you call me a heel?
You heard me. Oh, Louie, are you blind? Would I call you a heel if I didn't love you?
Henriette?
Oh, Louie, dear, beneath that ivory dome beats a heart of gold.
Henriette, how was I to know?
Well, you're 6 weeks behind in your room rent. I never squawked. You might have guessed.
Crusher, what's the matter? Oh, it was Chink. He slugged me.
Oh, you poor boy.
Ouch! That hurts, lady.
What did he sock you for?
Oh, I'm trying to think. I'm still dizzy. I was floating along on a cloud.
Yeah, we'll come down to earth.
Now it all comes back to me. I was sitting in a firehouse, happy and peaceful, polishing up the engine. Nice and
Cut
pretty.
the prologue.
Oh, then Chink breezes in. Hello, Crusher, he says. Hiya, Chink, I answer.
Why did he sock you?
Can you imagine the crust of that mug? He asked me, will I set fire to the factory?
What?
He says he's going to burn it down. And when I say I'm going to tell Rickey about it, he cops a Sunday. And I'm out, cold as a mackerel.
Phone Rickey at the town hall. I won't have time.
Do you think he'll burn it?
If he ain't started already, come on.
Operator. Operator. Give me the town hall, quick. Mr. Dean.
What's the matter, Crusher? Get the boys. Come on. Ready? Get Henry.
Chink! Hey, Chink!
It's your rush.
I wanted to catch you before you did anything.
You did. You're in time for the touch-off. I'll show him a factory. I'll show him a heap of hot coals.
Wait.
What's a caper?
Before you go overboard, I want to give you a chance to get out with a hat.
All right, talk fast and talk money.
Well, you know, only half the factory is yours.
That's the half I'm gonna burn.
Well, before you do, I want to buy it back.
How much?
Every cent you paid and 5 grand more.
Nothing doing.
10 grand, and you can take my car.
Oh, dice.
Look, don't back up. Back up!
You'll be done on both sides before you get out of this.
I was leveling, Chink.
The deal's off, Chink.
Do you hear that? They'll be here any minute. I'll give you one more chance. There's one for you. Toss your gun over and come out on all fours. You're first. They're almost here. What do you say?
We'll both toss our guns out at the same time.
When I count 3. Ready?
Ready.
1, 2, 3.
Hey, Louie. Louie, help.
You hadn't ought to smoke so much. Makes you cough. Louie, you can't let me burn.
You give me 3 good reasons why not? Give me 2.
Louie, just one. Look, you can't do this, Louie. You can't. Get me out of here, will you? Help, get me out of here. Louie!
Hey, Rick, you're just in time for the barbecue.
Rick, turn me loose, will you?
Well, Chink, what's the matter? Your fire insurance run out?
Should we turn him loose?
Turn him loose. Turn him anywhere but loose.
Listen, I'll do anything you say. Just let me out of here, will you?
Chink, there's only one way you're going to get out of here with whole skin, and that means all the way out.
Yeah, sure. All right, anything.
You're going to sell your hair back to Louie with a big discount for fire. All right, come on. What do you say?
No, nothing doing. The fireman will get me out of here.
Firemen take their orders from me.
Hey, stop on that chemical line. Grab some white clothes and bring every street guy to the field. Knock a lot of holes in the roof.
To make up your mind.
Yeah, all right, I'll sell.
All right,
now he's talking. Let go of this.
Thank you. Get me out of here.
All right, back over there. Keep this clear. What's the matter with him?
He's all right. Take him to the jail and book him.
But we ain't got no vacant cells.
As of today, they're all going to be vacant.
Okay, Ricky. We can put him in this car, Louie.
Darling, I was so afraid something terrible had happened.
Nah, nothing that the chief can't handle.
Oh, I didn't mean the factory. I meant you.
You're never going to have to worry about me for the rest of your life.
Ricky.
What?
Go on.
Doing what?
Slip me a fast one. Right on the button.
Oh, forget it, Louie.
But remember, Ricky, I said if ever I squawked again, you should sock me one.
That's all forgotten, Louie.
But you owe it to me.
Excuse me, Virginia. You insist?
Yeah. Give me one I'll remember the rest of my life.
Of course, this is going to hurt me much more than it does you, Louie.
Rather unusual tempo, even for a wedding rehearsal, Henrietta.
Hey, cut out the boogie beat.
I can't stop now. I'm in the groove.